Hello and welcome back to Field 4 here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina for Game 17 of this morning here at the TST tournament. This will be a Group L matchup featuring Certified Lions FC wearing the blue and orange and the legendary Atlético Madrid wearing their traditional red, white, and blues. This should be a fun matchup. Two teams making their inaugural presence here at the TST. Good morning and or good afternoon to everybody joining us today. My name is Christian Philemon, better known as Philly, and I'll be with you at least another 17 more times over the course of the next few days. This will be a very intriguing matchup. It is the Atlético Madrid representing La Liga, one of the most popular and beloved clubs in the world. 11 La Liga titles, 10 Copa del Reys, 3 Europa Leagues, and a partridge in a pear tree. Your players to watch, there's a couple of them, but some names you Atlético Madristas will recall. Number 2, Diego Godin, a player that you're going to want to keep an eye on. Uruguayan center back, had a substantial 9-year career at Atlético Madrid, 277 games played at Inter Milan, Cagliari, and obviously for the Uruguayan national team where he had 161 caps with 8 goals scored. His running mate, none other than Miranda, Brazilian center back, who played at Sao Paulo for a number of years, as well as Atlético Madrid and Inter Milan. And oh, by the way, 58 caps with the Brazilian national team. And a fun one for you, the first goal that Miranda scored was assisted by his teammate today, Diego Godin. On the other side of the pitch, we have the Certified Lions featuring for the first time ever in the TST. They are a side that was established in 2019 in a Sunday league, and they were founded in Oklahoma City by Wilson Navas. Certified Lions have several players that are competing in the Major Arena Soccer League, the second and the third tiers. And if you've been a fan of the TST tournament, you will know that players from the MASL have featured consistently and have been successful in the TST tournament. We are moments away from the start of today's game. Your official for when we begin will be Daniel Radford and Leland Grant. The TST tournament comes back to Cary, North Carolina for the third year. And again, we just want to say thank you to the city of Cary, North Carolina. We want to say thank you to WakeMed Soccer Park. This is Soccer Town, Soccer Capital USA for quite some time now, and at least for the next several days until we conclude on the 9th. $1 million is at stake for any team that is competing here within the TST. And on the men's side, we have 48 teams. That's 12 groups of 4. As mentioned, Atlético Madrid and Certified Lions competing in Group L. And so they're going to have their work cut out for them as they are all new to this type of play. The other groups in Group L, Trident FC and Selección Potrero, which that would be Sergio Aguero's side. Yes, that Sergio Aguero. For those that are new to the TST is just simply an acronym for the soccer tournament. As you notice, this is a much smaller pitch than the traditional one. 65 yards long, 45 yards wide. Your goal, 6.5 feet in terms of height, 18.5 feet as far as your width is concerned. We have 2 20-minute halves, and it is a running clock. The only time the clock will stop is if there is a timeout by the official or an injury on the turf. That is the only time you will see that. At the conclusion of the 2 20-minute halves, we will run into what's called target score time, and I will cue you in on a lot of that information as we get closer to it. But at the conclusion of the 2 20-minute halves, the leader at that point isn't necessarily going to be walking out of here with the win. That's what the target score time has. And we are underway. Game number 17 here out of 134 here in Group L. Atlético Madrid once again donning their traditional red, white, and blues. Certified Lions out of Oklahoma City wearing their blue and orange. And I have to say, a very impressive kit design. My respect to the individuals that came up with that design. Atlético Madrid controlling possession. Atlético Madrid, as mentioned, one of the biggest and most beloved clubs in the world, representing La Liga. We have teams representing the Bundesliga, and that of Borussia Dortmund. We have teams representing the Premier League, AFC Bournemouth. We have teams representing Serie A, Cagliari. Atlético Madrid here representing La Liga. And, of course, I have to mention Liga MX. We have the big Club América and Miguel Layún, their talisman, their legendary player. We'll be getting to see him later. Foul down on the turf. We mentioned that on Atlético Madrid, Diego Godin wearing number 2, a player to keep an eye on, and of course, his teammate wearing number 23, Miranda. It's a fun connection that Miranda's first goal was scored as a result of Godin getting the assist to him. So despite the amount of talent that Atlético has, and there they are operating on the counter, the pass in, and the touch just too hard by number 10, Edgar Alvaro. So just going back to what I was saying, a lot of experience playing arena soccer for Certified Lions. So we'll see if that works to their advantage, and that has been advantage. You look at Newtown Pride that won the very first TST tournament, all Major Arena Soccer League players. Last year, La Bombonera, another team featuring a plethora of Major Arena Soccer League talent and a lot of Major Arena Soccer League talent within the second and the third tiers here for Certified Lions. We had a good crowd earlier here for the Wrexham Red Dragons game as they took on Real Atlético, a team that featured mainly former pros and former collegiate athletes in sports not named soccer, baseball, basketball, football. And they certainly gave Wrexham a run for their money. Can the Certified Lions give the mighty Atlético Madrid a run for theirs? As mentioned, $1 million on the line. 7 figures for the winner of this team. For the winner of this league. So both Atlético Madrid and Certified Lions going to need to fight to get out of Group L. And one team will come up with a win. One team will come up with an L. No offside. No slide tackles. A couple things to note. More importantly, though, just no ties. There will be a game winner in every single game that you see at the TST tournament. And as mentioned, I'll tell you more about that target score time, which is a fun feature, a little later on. Pass comes in to number 3, Francisco Lopez. He dishes it back out to number 19, Mojid Gambi. He goes by the nickname Bapa. I'll introduce several of the Certified Lions players by their names and then go to their nicknames because there are a lot of nicknames and a lot of fun ones. And so for a split second there, Atlético Madrid thinking about putting the ball into play via throw-in. That is another no-no here at the TST tournament. There are no throw-ins. The pitch is far too small for that type of maneuvering. Certified Lions getting it across the midfield. Looking very strong here. Pass comes in on over number 7 to number 77, Jason Montanez. And that gets poked out, and we see some aggressive movements here from Atlético Madrid. Very fun to see the likes of a Miranda and a Diego Godin. Several other players featuring. And then there was a 1-on-2 opportunity for Atlético Madrid. Pablo Fernandez had nowhere to go, ran into a Certified Lion sandwich as he tried to thread that through. The starting keeper for Certified Lions, Gonzalo Santa Martinez, is in between the sticks. Waiting for verification as to who the starter is for Atlético Madrid. Certified Lions looking very comfortable here in the opening moments of this first half. Moving on that left side, there's an attempt.
5 minutes into this one on field 4, still scoreless as we have Atlético Madrid.
And I believe that is Joao Guerra wearing number 35 for Atlético Madrid. There you see Miranda.
As a reminder,
Miranda, the Brazilian center back. Just under 60 caps for the national team. A brilliant chip on the right. And that ball is going to come out. It's going to stay Atlético Madrid ball. Both teams featuring for the first time in the TST tournament. Atlético Madrid, a big and well-loved and respected club, but obviously looking to expand their brand recognition here in the United States as Miranda goes down. But a display of sportsmanship presented by Ruben Torres, wearing number 10 for Certified Lions. Torres played for Tulsa SC and has been a member of Certified Lions for a little while now. As that ball gets taken away, but Certified Lions regain possession. So while we have some time here, the TST tournament has grown leaps and bounds. We're expecting a 35% growth this year from last. The teams have expanded. In fact, since this tournament has started, about 1,000 teams have applied to play, which is just utterly impressive. And the expansion looks to continue as the years progress. But a fantastic job done by the organizers, and they couldn't have picked a better facility and a venue, and of course the city. Cary, North Carolina, fantastic place to visit. And the WakeMed Soccer Park, the home of the NWSL's NC Courage. They've split the main pitch, and then the back. We've got more than 6 fields operating here. As possession goes back to Atlético Madrid, you see Gerard Oliva wearing number 99. Dishing it off to number 22, Federico Machado. So far, Certified Lions, I would assume, surprising the likes of Atlético Madrid with the way that they've been possessing the ball. The small-sided game favoring futsal players that we have in this tournament, as well as the arena players. Certified Lions on the attack. Atlético Madrid with some very talented center backs looking to push Certified Lions out of the danger zone. There's an attempt, and that one goes wide, but saw a lot of hustle behind the muscle from number 24, Jose Rivera, as that ball comes out of play. Rivera played with Chihuahua FC. So we have 2 number 5 size miter balls out onto the pitch.
We have 12 minutes remaining.
12 minutes remaining here within the first half as Miranda gets the ball back. He's got his line mate, number 3, Alex Campuzano, and he's going to go back to his keeper. Campuzano, one of the many players that Atlético Madrid have that have played in the Kings League. So that's an advantage as well, as that's also a small-sided league. Advancing is Atlético. Still sticking with it is Gerard Oliva. As far as Oliva goes, he belts that one out. Certified Lions looking for a potential upset here. Atlético Madrid's brought some fans here. Although thus far the fans that have impressed me the most, got to shout out Plymouth Argyle and their Green Army, as well as the Wrexham Red Dragons. Saw a lot of people for both the first 2 games here on Field 4. And a lot more action to be had here over the course of this Wednesday, June the 4th. Such an honor and a privilege to be here with you today, folks. Sun is beaten down, but luckily Mother Nature has decided to honor us with a little bit of wind here, as the humidity can be quite hot. And I could tell you, having left the East Coast to the West Coast, not feeling humidity for quite some time, it affects even the broadcaster, who's not exerting any effort, really. That one gets advanced. A quick counter here for Certified Lions. Nearly taken away. Dangerous scenario. But outstanding attempt there. Just to be denied, though. Certified Lions hungry, looking to pounce. Ball comes into Alejandro Chavez. Chavez goes over to Rafael Zaldivar. Goes by the nickname Rafa. There's a shot, just misses bottom right. Oh, so close. So no goals scored here. So a little bit about that target score time. And we do have plenty of time before that happens. So at the conclusion of the 2 20-minute halves, we'll have a +1 opportunity for who's in the lead. So, for example, if Atletico Madrid scores here and they're up 1-0, the target score will be +1, which will be team that scores 2 goals wins. I'll explain more momentarily as Atletico Madrid looking to carve up the certified lines defense. And they're going to get a round of applause here from their fans. Not enough behind that shot, as that was an easy save for certified lines keeper. That would be Gonzalo Santamartinez. So going back, that target score time, +1 for whoever the leader is, and then they will go unlimited until that target score time gets reached. Ball spinning and back over to certified lines. There we see Francisco Lopez wearing number 3, goes by the nickname Nano. Into DJ Johnson. DJ is the nickname that he goes with. DJ, not his first name. Daju Johnson, but goes by the nickname DJ. Played with OKC 1889. Certified lines, FC South Bend, over in the upper parts of Indiana. Ball is in the box. Headed. Easy save for Guerra. Coming out and pushing it out of play. The certified lines keeper. A little bit on Gonzalo Santamartinez. Played in the Major Arena Soccer League with the Dallas Sidekicks. Collegiately at Wayland Baptist University before playing with Laredo College. A very confident and capable shot stopper within the indoor ranks. So that pass comes in to Alex Campuzano. Over to number 20, Juanpe Inzo. Goes by the name of Juanpe. And there we see Paulo Asuncao. There's a shot. Oh, just to the right, but they completely stretch Santamartinez. So both teams knocking on each other's doors with a few shots just off target, but ever so close. We're talking nose hair close, as both certified lines had an attempt that missed low and wide right. And the same could be said about Atletico Madrid, low and wide right. 0-0 thus far, with 6 minutes and 47 seconds remaining here within the first half. Clogging all kinds of lanes is Atletico Madrid's back line. Brilliant threading through, and the shot, and a goal! Certified lines punch their first goal in. Jason Montanez finding the back of the net, threading the netting. The certified Lions strike first, shocking Atletico Madrid. As we were complimenting how tightly compact Atletico Madrid's back line was, certified lines cut through it like a hot knife cutting through frozen butter. Impressive start by the certified Lions.
6 minutes remaining in the first half.
And we've seen some quick answers here in this TST tournament. Starting to find a little sense of urgency here is Atletico Madrid. They are just as surprised as a lot of their fans here. We're seeing a lot of red, white, and blue jerseys to the left of our little broadcasting tent, not booth. Free kick for Atletico Madrid. The goal scorer, Jason Montanez Martinez, played collegiately at Randall University. And what a day he's having. That's something to brag about to your kids. Scoring a goal against Atletico Madrid. Very, very incredible memory. And a great experience, too. That's the beauty of this tournament. There's so many talented players, so many talented teams. But if you look at history, you're looking in the rear view, and there's a reason why the rear view and the windshield are different sizes. Atletico Madrid has the players that have competed on the biggest stage, and thus far they find themselves on their back heels, competing against a team that just was created in 2019, that consists of arena players that just began in 2019. Not the players themselves, but this team. Cross in, open the header, and a goal, the equalizer by Atletico Madrid. A quick answer. We are now tied 1-1. The perfect kind of revenge is success, and Atletico Madrid did have the success there as number 77 heads it through. Asuncao is the goal scorer, Pablo Asuncao. And a quick answer for the Brazilian defender. Asuncao between 08 and 12 played 97 games with Atletico Madrid. Also spent some time in Portugal playing with Porto. He's a part of 2 Europa League trophies at Atletico Madrid. And now he has his first goal in the TST. And that's going to create a sense of balance here between the two teams as Certified Lions was really controlling the pace and the tempo of the game. But just like that, a quick flip of the switch, and Atletico Madrid turned on the afterburners and find themselves tied now 1-1 as we're approaching the end of the first half. About 3 minutes and 27 seconds separates us from a water break. Will Certified Lions find another answer before both teams head back to their respective benches for a quick hydration break? There's a shot, an ambitious attempt. Taken by number 5, Alejandro Chavez. I didn't mention the player to watch on Certified Lines, but number 12, Colton Haskin, is the one that I want y'all to keep an eye on. Colton Haskin, they refer to him as Captain America. Colton Haskin played collegiately at Oral Roberts University and FC Tulsa. And if I found the right Colton Haskin, I believe he's a real estate agent on the side. Brilliant attempt, shot, what a save! An incredible opportunity for Certified Lions, but they are denied by Atletico Madrid's keeper, Dani Perez. Outstanding save. Great attempt, though, by the Certified Lions. They are absolutely roaring here. Much to the surprise of Atletico Madrid's followers. I think the last I checked, they had about 17.1 million followers as far as their social media is concerned. But, of course, that pales in comparison to what they have globally. This is one of the most successful teams on the global stage, competing with the likes of the Real Madrids and the Barcelonas in La Liga.
Under 2 minutes remaining.
There you see Diego Godin. Doesn't look like he's lost a step. Same with his line mate Miranda. So the score is tied here on field 4. Putting on the brakes is number 3, Francisco Lopez, a.k.a. Nano. Certified Lions in on that left side. Taken away, but recovered. Open space in the box for Madrid. Another kick save. And Perez is on top of it for Atletico Madrid. And that's going to be a foul on Atletico. Approaching the 60-second mark here in the first half. We'll have about 10 or so minutes of break, and then we'll conclude with another 20-minute half of running clock. And then we'll get to the target score time where things will get interesting. We had it down to a 3v3 situation between the Wrexham Red Dragons and Real Atletico here on the second game that we called. I'll explain more later. Ball gets taken away by the Lions. Lions looking to roar across the midfield, but the attempt gets taken away. Over into Fernandez. Goes midfield. The cheeky chip trying to get past Emmanuel Belliard. Belliard chips it high as well. Stratosphere-esque as far as the chip goes. And there's a foul down on the pitch. That's going to go against Miranda. On Certified Lions may have one last crack at a shot on target before we head into our first intermission. And our only intermission, actually. Before the target score time, I should say. A free kick here. Miranda very aggressive here within the first half. And they've needed the Brazilian center back to be as strong as he has been, because Certified Lions has been chomping at that Atletico Madrid backline consistently, finding the spaces and the gaps, and in return finding the back of the net on an occasion. So it looks like it's going to be Jason Montanez. Montanez, who scored the first. His shot, what a save! Another attempt, just goes wide. And that's going to be the end of the first half, folks. An exciting one here on Field 4. Atletico Madrid 1, Certified Lions 1. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to give you some stats and the continuation of this incredibly entertaining game of 7v7 here, live from Cary, North Carolina at the TST. Back in a moment.
I'd also like to thank our community partners, Window Hero and the United States Marine Corps, for supporting TST and helping bring the event to life. Be sure to stop by their tables to learn more about what they do and connect with their teams. We're proud to have them as part of the TST community.
Munich proper, but that's been a great deal of time. Yeah. Here for the start of the second half between Atletico Madrid and Certified Lions. The score, a surprising 1-1. And as far as shots are concerned, it's been all Certified Lions, as they've had 10 to Atletico's 3. So much more impactful on the attempts that they've had is Atletico Madrid. But obviously they find themselves in a stalemate thus far with Certified Lions, with the score being 1-1. Atletico Madrid looking to advance quickly coming out of the break. And you'd think just the surprise that the Certified Lions team has thrown at them between the moves offensively and the defensive schemes. Not sure Atletico Madrid was prepared, but when you have players the likes of that man right there, Miranda, anything is possible. Some juggernauts of global football on this Atletico Madrid team. Miranda, Godin, Asuncao, so many good players. And of course a lot of players that competed in the Kings League as well. Both keepers have looked solid thus far. And so 1-1 the score. The result holds. The target score is 2. Each team will go until that target score gets hit. After 3 minutes, if that target score hasn't been hit, one player will be removed from each team. So 7v7 will turn into 6v6. If after 3 minutes, no goals have been scored, 6v6 will turn into 5v5, so on and so forth. At minimum, 2v2 is what it'll be. Now, both teams have the opportunity to remove their keeper and throw in an extra attacker. To steal an idea from hockey, you pull the goalie and you add in another player that can go out there and score. That is possible. So once we get into the target score time, we'll talk about it. There will be a game winner here in this Group L. One team will come out with a dub. One team will come out with, well, for lack of a better term, an L in Group L. With the way both teams have been playing thus far, it's very hard to tell you where that's going to come from. Miranda loses his defender. There's a curler just off target from Jonathan Harris. Goes by the nickname KB. Jonathan Harris played in the NPSL with Tulsa Athletic. Took a stab at that upper right corner. I got a fun goal call for you there to shout out my Uncle Franz in Germany if we should see a top corner goal. Those of you that follow the Major Arena Soccer League and have heard me over the past 5 seasons, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Tough touch. Off of number 4, Carlos Val. Threads through the defense. Tries to get the chip. He goes down onto the turf. Atlético Madrid yelling at the official, wanting a foul. And so down goes Carlos Val. The referee's telling them to play on. So that's going to put Atlético Madrid in a problem unless Certified Lions does the gracious thing of holding on to it. And a great display of sportsmanship there by DJ as we have a stoppage in play. And this is where the clock will cease for a little while. Do not have the luxury here of the replay. Hopefully you folks do at home. But going down on the turf is Carlos Val as the trainers tend to him. Hopefully he's okay. Val, one of the several players on Atlético Madrid that have featured in the Kings League. Yeah, I've thrown that term around a lot. I've thrown the MASL around a lot, the Major Arena Soccer League. A lot of small-sided football has been going on in the world. And, of course, we have representation for national beach soccer teams as well. We saw a player earlier here on this pitch from a team called the Drunken Monkeys. His name, Alessandro Canali, was the youngest player that featured for the United States men's national beach team. So the small-sided players have been the ones that have found success in this tournament. I can't help but stress it. And so now we're starting to see plenty of fans converge onto this game here as DJ gets by his defender, tries to skirt it into the box. That comes out of play. But Atlético Madrid recovers. Danny Perez set to put the ball back into motion.
After the completion of the game on field 5, we have
a lot of games to be had here. We're going till around 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 134 games over the course of 6 or so days. There's a big bag of prize money at the end of this rainbow. Certainly a pot of gold, if you will. 7 figures goes to the winning team. Into the box for Atlético. Putting on the brakes is Carlos Corvo. Opportunity, a shot, and a goal! Atlético Madrid with a quick answer. Augusto Fernandez punches it through the back of the net. Atlético Madrid now regain the lead. It is 2-1. A quick response and a quick answer as Atlético Madrid came out shell-shocked with the way Certified Lions roared through the first half. But Augusto Fernandez capitalizes on the mistake.
A 2-1 lead in the second half with 15 minutes remaining. Again, on the scoreboard across from the benches, Atlético Madrid, the home team, now leading 2-1.
And actually, folks, 2-1 being the score. So now your target time goes up to 3. Target score time, that is. On the run. Opportunity. Ball gets loose. Hanging on to it. Edgar Alvaro. Alvaro running his way into the box. Yet another player coming in from the Kings League. Set piece opportunity here for Atlético Madrid. The header. Nobody there as that one goes out of play. So set to put it back in play is Atlético Madrid operating defensively. There we see number 81, Tristan West. Tristan West getting some action here within the second half. Miranda aggressively pushing back Miguel Grande. Miranda, no stranger to physicality in this game thus far. He has been as hungry on this pitch today as he was during his playing days. There you see it again. Another shove. He is letting the Certified Lions know that this is his box, and he is there to defend it. But with the way Certified Lions have been playing, they haven't been intimidated. And the resume that Miranda has, the resume that several of these Atlético Madrid players have, hasn't done anything to give any lack of confidence in Certified Lions' attack. There they are in the midfield. Pass comes back in to Emmanuel Belliard. Emmanuel Belliard, futsal player, playing with the Dominican Republic. Also an MASL player playing with Utica City. There's a shot. That just comes off of the crossbar. Ding dong, ring-a-ling-a-ling, but no goal. Very close opportunity, though. That would have put Atlético Madrid in more of a commanding position. Back into the box. Threaded through. An attempt. Easy save. Augusto Fernandez tried to slip it through. Player that you want to look out for on Atlético Madrid right now, Gerard Oliva. Just such a big body. Operating as that target forward in the box. Atlético had an opportunity for a counter, but great defense. Certified Lions throwing everybody at Atlético Madrid. Matching their physicality with more physicality. And the keeper's going to have to advance that ball. Can't hold on to it for longer than 6 or so seconds. Some of the rules have been tweaked at TST. And when we see the opportunity, we'll obviously mention some of the other ones. But what hasn't changed is our target score time, which we're going to get to in about 11 minutes and 34 seconds. Tristan West. Ball gets intercepted. If Atlético Madrid continues to play this counter, they will have the numbers. Godin in on the left. The pass. The goal! Atlético Madrid once again pushes it through the back of the net. Bottom right corner where the dust mites dwell. Atlético with another goal. And they take a commanding lead against the Certified Lions. We talked about Gerard Oliva. There he is. Diego Godin gets the credit for the dime on that pass to Oliva. 3-1 is now the lead. That will bring our target score up to 4. Certified Lions looking to find some answers. Now a 2-goal lead is not that big of a hill to climb here in this TST tournament. In particular, as we head closer to the target score time. And a near own goal. That was a close call. An Oye Madre Soy Amigo kind of an opportunity as well. Wilson Navas, the founder, the player, and the GM of this team, almost did Atlético Madrid a favor there by almost scoring an own goal. But now Atlético Madrid smelling blood in the water. The Sharks they are, looking to find the 4th goal. The cross in. Godin the header. And is it a handball? It looked like Atlético Madrid was calling for a mano, as Wilson Navas was there. And that's, yes, that will be a penalty kick. So trouble a-brewing now for Certified Lions. This is going to be an interesting scenario. Can Atlético Madrid take the lead? The shot! Oliva once again finding the back of the net, this time going bottom left. Another goal for the mighty team representing La Liga. Oliva having a brilliant morning here in Cary, North Carolina. I should say afternoon now as we have crossed the 12 o'clock mark. 9 minutes remaining right now with the score 4-1, so that's going to put our target score to 5 once we get into the other acronym, TST. For those at home wondering, The actual TST stands for the soccer tournament. The TST we're going to be talking about momentarily stands for target score time. And that's where we will head into in just about 8 or so minutes. But Atlético Madrid just coming out red hot here in the second half. Certified Lions was attacking and striking and doing everything that they could to thwart the mighty Atlético Madristas. But still plenty of time. Still plenty of opportunity. Certified Lions out of Oklahoma City. There's a shot. Ambitious enough. That goes out of play. Atlético Madrid regains possession. Miranda. Oh, the experiences and the times he has seen throughout his incredible and impressive career. And he has been the difference maker here in the second half with his physicality operating in that back line. He's a hard-nosed, hard-edged center back. So Atlético Madrid trying to slow things down here, trying to poke some holes through Certified Lions. Ball comes into DJ. Advances in to Rafa. Taken away. It looks like there's going to be an infraction. And the foul gets drawn by Ruben Torres, RT. And Oliva would have had an opportunity at a hat trick there. Yeah, would have had a one-on-one opportunity. So Certified Lions now with a free kick. Bampa set to take it. And he doesn't have that far to go. But can he kick it over the tall defenders of Atlético Madrid? Opts to go low. Taking away counterattack opportunity. That ball comes out of play. I have a couple of miter balls. Sized 5 out on the pitch. Shout out to Miter. I'm also going to give a shout out to Adidas as they have what's called the Golden Fleece. That's going to be awarded to the individual who scores the goal, the game winner here in target score time. But we still have some minutes before that happens. 6:10 to be exact. You have to think with the advantage that Atlético Madrid has that they're going to want to slow the pace and then look to really strike heading into that target score time. All they need is one, obviously in the position that they're in. Certified Lions are going to have to start acting with a sense of urgency here as they find themselves down by 3 as we approach the 5-minute mark. In on that left side. Can Madrid find a gap? Ball gets loose, recovered by Certified Lions. Spread out through, and they're going to settle in and reset their offense. Crowd starting to pick up here on Field 4, and you love that. You start to feel the energy here in the audience and in the crowd. Expecting 35% more as far as attendance is concerned this year versus last year. We had a nice turnout here in this beautiful complex called WakeMed Sport Park. 5 minutes remaining before we hit target score time. As it stands right now, the target score time is 5. Atlético Madrid sitting in the catbird seat. Certified Lions are going to need to roar here if they're going to look to get back into this game, because the hill they have to climb is getting oh so steeper as we get closer to that target score time. And that ball comes out of play. Atlético Madrid regains possession. Another thing we didn't mention is the substitutions. Each team has the opportunity to throw in as many different players as they would like. However, they need to stand into that substitution box before they are allowed onto the pitch. If a player comes directly off of the bench and onto the pitch, automatic red card. So they have to be in the sub box. Keeper. Nice pass, nice header. Certified Lions doing an excellent job getting back. Looking to make the run. Open on that left wing. Cross into the box. Nowhere there. As JR, John Vegejo Jr., was in on that attack, mounting in the left wing. Miranda. His chip gets taken, intercepted by the Lions. There's Miranda again. Miranda has been very handsy with certified Lions. In fact, that's a rare whistle that we've seen go against him. He's been very physical, but no infraction up until that moment. So we are rapidly approaching the end of the second half. Certified Lions with space in the box. And that comes off. Captain America, Colton Haskin, mentioned him earlier as our player to watch on Certified Lions. Does he have a sense of magic? As that ball comes off of the feet of Alejandro Chavez, not Alejandro Chavez, excuse me. Thiago Mendes. Across off of Mendes again. That creates, well, almost created a counterattack, but opting to reset is Carlos Corva. It's good to see him back onto the pitch. He took a nasty spill in the box not that long ago. Numbers in favor of Atlético. Ball is loose. Possible foul in the box, and it looks to be the case. That's going to go. And Certified Lions they're going to have themselves a free kick. This is their opportunity to claw back a goal. So about just under 2 minutes remaining. This goal is absolutely needed for Certified Lions just to stamp out that big hill that they're going to have to climb in the target score time. Getting set for the Lions. Just waiting to see. Free kick opportunity here. And Certified Lions managed to claw one back. Get themselves another goal here late in the second half.
That goal makes it 4-2.
So 4-2 is the score.
Certified Lions 4-2. Just over.
So 4-2. The target score time remains 5. The chip in on the right. The cross that comes off of Chavez. Quick playing for Atlético Madrid. In to Miranda. Ericaro Garcia gets the credit. He was listed as number 9 on our roster, but he was wearing number 11, so that's the reason why we paused for a moment here, and we do apologize for that. We want to make sure that he gets the credit that he deserves. Garcia playing for the Chihuahua Savage in the Major Arena Soccer League, a team that just won the Ron Newman Cup 3 straight years, and the amount of talent that he plays with, uncanny. La Bombonera last year, that was basically the Chihuahua Savage. Can he find another one? Ball is loose. Does not get the right end of it. 10 seconds remaining here. Miranda looking to draw the foul and kill some time off the clock. Oh, how he escaped that trouble. Impressive. That was a world-class pass. And folks, that's going to be the end of the second half. As mentioned, we head in to target score time. The target score will be 5, which means if Atlético Madrid score 1, they win. However, Certified Lions have the opportunity, if they can find the back of the net, on 3 more occasions. The way it's going to work, it's going to be 7v7, unlimited time, after 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, the players get reduced. 7v7 is going to turn into 6v6. If no goal gets scored, 3 minutes go by. Well, you can do the math yourselves at home, I hope, at the very least. But it will never be less than 2v2. So the goal that Ericaro Garcia scored really gives a lifeline to Certified Lions, as they have less effort that they have to throw. Now, obviously, the hill is still pretty high to climb, in particular to this against this Atletico Madrid team that has really been clamping down defensively. Number 23, Miranda, leading the way for Atletico Madrid. And no surprise there, the Brazilian center back. I mean, we're talking a plethora of experience. Once again, 128 caps with Sao Paulo down in Brazil, 117 caps with Atletico Madrid to go along with 8 goals, and he played in Serie A for Inter, 110 caps, 58 caps with Brazil to go along with the 3 goals. And yes, a partridge in a pear tree. Copa del Rey winner in 2013. The player to highlight, Diego Godin, his other line mate, hasn't been featured as much. And I know a lot of Atletico Madrid fans would have liked to have seen Diego Godin. These 2 players have been part of a big successful run for Atletico Madrid in La Liga for a number of years. So both teams getting a quick break, trying to rile themselves up as we head into that target score time. Again, 5 is the number to reach. Atletico needs 1. Certified Lions, based on the score they have, well, 2 plus 3, you got the math. So the goal scorer who gets the game winner is going to be awarded with what's called the Golden Fleece. Now, it's warm out here. It won't be a fleece, actually. It's going to be a scarf. And that's sponsored by Adidas. What the Golden Fleece does is it gives the recipient of it unlimited access every year to not only the TST, but the TBT. That's the basketball tournament. That's what started everything. That's what led to the TST. So I want to give a shout out to the TBT. So this is where a winner will be made, and somebody will walk out with an L in Group L. Who's it going to be? Will it be Atletico Madrid? Will it be Certified Lions? Well, you're going to have to stick around and find out. We'll be with you till the conclusion of this. And then we'll be back 20 minutes after this one. Opportunity here, a brilliant counterattack here for Atletico Madrid. Can they take advantage? Certified Lions tracking back, going off on a little counter of their own. Fancy footwork in from Rafa as he slows things down. Ran into an Atletico Madrid sandwich and happily came out. Luckily, I should say. Wilson Navas, the founder of Certified Lions, chips it in. That was a brilliant distribution into the box. Ball comes in. One-on-one opportunity with the keeper. The attempt does not have the target. That was a close one as Edgar Alvaro had the time and the space, just didn't have the target. See if that opportunity there is going to come back to haunt Atletico Madrid here, as Certified Lions picking up the pace here. In on the right, taken away. Certified Lions have been clogging up that lane defensively and have been vicious in the box as of late. Rafa once again making a sensational defensive play for the OKC boys wearing the blue and orange. Into the box, Rafa, the chip. That one comes out of play, and it is going to stay on this end of the pitch. Much to the dismay of Atletico Madrid. In a little tongue-tied here as well. The lack of hydration starting to affect me as well. All right, so we're heading into some precarious moments here, as momentarily we are going to have players come off the pitch for each side. Ball into the box, the shot, a goal, a goal. Certified Lions are still standing. They are still alive. That goal's going to get credited to Jason Montanez. He scored another one here. To quote the Bee Gees, Certified Lions are staying alive. Or Wyclef Jean, depending on the first time you heard that sample. 4-3 the score. So 30 seconds left within the 7v7.
Atletico and the red and white stripes needs one more goal.
Will Atletico Madrid's confidence propel them through? Because the momentum is starting to fall in favor of the Lions. DJ passes it through. Into the box it goes. And out. Brilliant chip into the box. Hanging on to it on the left. Counterattack opportunity here. And Certified Lions have had an answer anytime Atletico Madrid has gone on the run. DJ has it. He has the numbers. Tracking in on that left side. Oh, wide open. He had his line mates. That was close as Baba was open on that right side. Miranda having a tough time trying to get through Ruben Torres. So now each team has to remove one player off the pitch. 6v6 now. 3 minutes to go in that regard. If Atletico Madrid scores one, it is over. Certified Lions need a couple more. 4-3 the score. And what a game this has been. An impressive effort by Certified Lions. As Atletico Madrid was wise, trying to find their tall and large target forward in Gerard Oliva, who already has 2 goals this afternoon. When he's been on the pitch, he's been the difference maker for Atletico Madrid offensively. Advancing through to the midfield. Over into the right side to Lopez. So the official is going to blow his whistle, and it's going to be a change of possession here. Actually, you just need to wait on confirmation as to what happened there for a split second, and I do apologize. Went down quickly to look at my stat sheet, and I do not have the luxury of the instant replay. Either way we have it, Atletico Madrid regains possession. In on that right side, a lot of handsy activity as that foul is going to go against Jose Rivera of Certified Lions. How many players will we go down to here within this target score time? We're already halfway through this 6v6. 5v5 coming up. And at that point, it's going to be about which team has the fresher players with the most endurance. That attempt sails well over the crossbar. Seen some ambitious attempts from both sides. They're both hungry and eager to collect a win here. As we're getting to 12:30, the sun's starting to beat down nicely here in warm Cary, North Carolina. Cary's been a very gracious host of this tournament for 3 years on now. The chip, that comes off of Carlos Val. Threaded through. Certified Lions throwing a lot of blue kits into the box. Pass goes in. Ball is loose. Certified Lions claw another one back. I can't believe it. Certified Lions have created a ball game here. They were down by as much as 3 goals. They have cut into this lead. It is 4-4. Next goal wins. Colton Haskin, Captain America himself, as they call it, gets the credit for the assist. Who would have thought that Atletico Madrid would be in a do-or-die moment against Certified Lions, a team out of Oklahoma City who just has a lot of talent from the arena leagues. Now we're getting into the precarious moments. At this point, anybody has that puncher shot winning this game. In Oliva, who's been the offensive juggernaut for Atletico Madrid. 2 goals in this game. So the 3-minute 6v6 target score time has expired. Now we head in to a 5v5. 4-4 the score here. Folks, to steal a line from Russell Crowe in the movie Gladiator, are you not entertained? And if this isn't fun for you, chances are you don't have a pulse. The quick throw-in. Can Certified Lions close this out? What an upset this would be. The shot just above the right side of the crossbar. That was close. Atlético Madrid, you can see the look of bewilderment. Other than Miranda, most of these players are rather surprised. Down goes Oliva. That ball is loose. Oliva trying to use his size to body up on his defender to get a clean look.
Corner kick for Atlético Madrid.
Corner kick opportunity here. We haven't seen very many set-piece opportunities for either side this afternoon. Getting ready to take the corner for Atlético Madrid is Augusto Fernandez wearing number 12. His cross into the box, the header. That sails above the crossbar. A little too much on that from Carlos Corvo. And Atlético have had their opportunities. They've been somewhat plagued by Star Wars Stormtrooper precision shooting, completely off target. But they have had their attempts. Running into the box, they just missed it, was number 18, Bampa. Bampa had a clean look as that pass in intended for Garcia just misses. So, 4-4 game here. Mexico wins. It's an unbelievable game. Into the box it goes. The shot saved. And Atlético looking over at the official, demanding a foul in the box, but not to be given. Rather than chirping at the referee, getting back into it is Atlético. And Edgar Alvaro frustrated with himself and obviously the officiating, but the officiating has been clean. All the officials thus far that we've seen on the pitch here in Field 4 have called very good games. A lot of outstanding officials here in this tournament. That ball gets taken away. Excellent defense. And Atlético are still going to hang on to it. Miranda open on that left side. Catches the pass. He's going to go backwards, allowing Atlético to reset themselves. Pass into the box. The shot! Oh, hits the crossbar. Once again, ding-dong, ring-a-ling-a-ling. No goal.
Off the crossbar.
That was close. Time has expired. Might have to look at the paint on the crossbar after that bazooka of a shot. So now it's going to be 4 versus 4. The gaps will be opened. The spacing will be there. Who's it going to be, folks? Who wants it more? At this point, it's really anyone's game. Atletico Madrid was comfortable with a 3-goal lead. Certified Lions clawed their way back, utilizing the target score time to pull back this game to the score where it is right now, 4-4. The target score is 5. Potential game winner here in the box. Miranda denies it. You could just see the size and the world-class talent that he has, pushing his defender off. Been a steadying presence for Atletico this entire game, and he's gotten significant minutes. Hardly saw him off the pitch throughout the duration of this game. Former Brazilian international. As I mentioned that, now he's going to head out. 4v4 here with the score 4-4 here on Field 4. Shot saved! Not enough mustard behind that attempt. Yeah, we really feel the sun beating down on the players. Needing to experience that myself is, well, stepping aside from the tent. Halfway through, if this result holds here with another minute 30 seconds, we're going to go 3v3. 2v2 is the lowest that we'll get. We will not go beyond 2v2. So Certified Lions looking to utilize their keeper here, which they can do. And as I've mentioned throughout the course of these 3 games, the keeper can score. What a shot. What a save. That was close. Santa Martinez almost got himself a golden fleece. And that gives him unlimited trips back to TST and TBT. Not sure he's so concerned about that, just wanting to help Certified Lions pull the upset off against a highly talented Atlético Madrid team here. They are on the counter. Ball comes in on the left side, but the Lions come back. Ball gets intercepted with the spacing, a 1v1, but no foul on Miranda. He's been physical all game long. Pass shot saved. And we've seen some outstanding goalkeeping on both sides of the pitch today. Keepers are really keeping it entertaining. In fact, we almost saw a goalkeeper score a goal. I know Chris Toth from Sneaky Fox has found himself a couple of screamers, in particular going back to season 1. Chris Toth with Sneaky Fox is back. This game's certainly extending itself. What's better than soccer, folks? More soccer. Looking into the box. Eyeing it. The shot. Another save. Excellent goalkeeping. So one more player is going to come off the pitch for each side. Gonzalo Santa Martinez almost ended this game twice. Let's see how this is going to turn out. We haven't seen a 2v2 here. What we've seen oftentimes in these scenarios is the keeper is coming out and utilizing another attacker. But, of course, that's a live by the sword, die by the sword mentality. A go big or go home kind of a mantra. Santa Martinez going in on the right. Passes it over to Garcia. Garcia already has a goal this afternoon. Santa Martinez leading this charge. Finds a space. Hangs on to it. Chip goes cross into Jonathan Harris. Jonathan Harris over on that left wing. Santa Martinez, shot. Saved! Rebound goes back to Garcia. Looking for the one-timer potentially. Sits on it with the touch. Santa Martinez goes back over and over to the right. Oh, the drama. You can cut through it with a knife. Santa Martinez shot, and he scores the game winner. Santa Martinez with the game winner. Certified Lions win. The Golden Fleece goes to Santa Martinez. The upset. The Certified Lions roar back and win this one. What an engaging contest against Atlético Madrid. What an incredible game. What an incredible goal. Gonzalo Golazo Santa Martinez. And I'm going to have to slow down if I want my windpipes to work for another 4 more games today. But that was a real treat, folks. That was a lot of fun. And hopefully you were entertained as well. In Group L, the L is going to go to Atlético Madrid. Certified Lions with the win. And they still have that opportunity at that prize money, that 7-figure $1 million bag. Folks, I'm going to take a break because I need one. And in 20 minutes, I'll be back for another game. So hopefully you are enjoying this. You are watching the TST on YouTube. Back in 20.